goes the 3 on the restart. The 24 of Chase Elliott also around. Hard contact by Austin Dillon. Also caught up, the 44 of Brian Scott.
That's real nice.
That's what I was talking about. If the 3 couldn't accelerate, how patient could the cars be behind him? It seemed like the 3 didn't go fast enough for the 78. There was definitely contact between the 78 and the 3.
But you know, he was doing pretty good against the 48. The 48, it wasn't really pulling him. It's like the 48 and the 3 both had trouble in the restart. But little things matter. Think about Chase Elliott. The decision made to start on the inside versus the outside. All this stuff adds up. 78 just got to the back of him, trying to push him. Not trying to wreck him, trying to push him to help him. But as you said, heavy impact for Austin.
Another big crash on the backstretch, Rick.
In and right up in front of more traffic.
Behind you in 3.
Ryan Newman's in it.
David Reagan is in it.
Well,
Fire.
And Chris Buescher was in it as well.
Chris Buescher involved. The 83 of Dylan Lupton up on top of the 31. The Fire underneath the hood of the 23. And the 14 of Tony Stewart.
So he's ripped the whole lines out of the 14.
Stop right here, Lisa.
The 31 and the 14. There's some contact right here heading into turn 1. The 31 accelerates, gets inside the 14 as they enter the backstretch.
Yeah, we've seen this several times. The cars haven't, getting into turn 1, and the 14 just kept coming down on the 31 on the back straightaway. Wasn't happy maybe with what went on in turn 1, and
big impact by the 23, and you see right there Chris Buescher kind of bounces between them. Yeah. Luckily gets through, but that was a really big impact for the 23 of David Reagan. It's great to see him climb out.
Around they go on the backstretch. Chris Buescher involved in the 34. 44 of Brian Scott also involved in this one. A lot of damage to the 34. Look at the front of that race car. There, the 44 of Brian Scott is sideways. Saves it coming off of 2, but then looks as though Kyle Larson may have been in the back of him when he came off of 2. And there's the heavy contact.
Yeah, and you saw the backfire out of the tailpipes of the 44 as he was trying to save the car. It looked like he was maybe on and off the throttle. His speed probably reduced. The 42 is right behind him. You see the safer barrier doing a good job absorbing some of the impact there.
We got to spin. Turn 1 up and into the wall hard.
Wow.
It's Danica Patrick.
We can hear a tire down here.
I was going to say, was that another tire?
It sounds like it.
She was in 19th.
She was running 19th.
Underneath Casey Kane. Looks like Casey went to go
Casey just
tuck in behind her and just misjudged it. Got into her right rear, turned her into the wall. Hard impact.
Man, right down the straightaway here. Woo.
Whoa!
No, Johnson's out of it.
Big wreck.
Can't go.
Big wreck going to happen here on the front straightaway.
No, man. You are kidding me?
Pretty well blocked. So here's the restart.
It's a
Watch
nice
the 48
jump here.
Yeah, he starts to go, but it looks like when he shifts.
That's where he shifted third.
And it just didn't, something happened.
And then here comes trouble.
It's on from there.
Look who this takes out. The 78, the 4, 47. All these cars piling in there. Nowhere to go. Ricky Stenhouse Jr.
Bam, right into the 24.
Kyle Busch.
Going to be easier to tell you who's not involved.
Goodness gracious.
To the 19. Whoa! Wreck down the back straight with a 19.
Kidding me?
Big wreck behind you. Caution south. Caution south.
Well, we knew that it might be a little wild and crazy here at the end.
Yeah, that would hurt. Damn, man. Give me a break. Who was that?
That was Kyle Larson.
What an idiot.
There's Larson on the right coming up behind Edwards.
Yeah, he got a little loose.
Yeah, you know what? I think you're right. I think Carl got a little loose.
He was under the 41. That sucked him around just a tiny bit. The back end stepped out ever so slightly, and he had to check up, and the 42 just had momentum.
Yeah, he's sideways, and Larson's on the gas.
Now, wait a minute.
I mean, I understand Carl saying, hey, cut me a break. You know, he's saying, yeah, I got a little loose, and I need you to maybe check up a little bit, but and he blocked him a little bit too. He definitely ran a low line there.
Yeah.
Pow.
That is a look at that safer bear. Look at oh my gosh, how the car looks
vicious hit.
Mean.
Imagine that. No matter how good a shape you're in, that would hurt. Here, car to wall, turn 1 hard.
Oh, that's going to be big. big.
Oh, huge wreck.
Everybody.
They're still running into each other. Newman's on fire.
The push gets a little side drive from that 27. Just gets him in that left rear.
Got him on that left rear.
It doesn't take much.
Can't do it.
Right there. Wow, great camera work.
Tight shot. Watch this.
Right up into Paul Menard.
Just gets it a little bit on that corner, and it turns a 48 dead right.
Yeah, sort of like the 48 was turning a little bit to the right. The 41 was turning a little bit to the left, and that little bit of contact.
Left of your screen is Kyle Busch. And around goes Kyle Larson.
Ooh, bam. Oh, big impact. Man. Thank God that safer barrier is there, but that was still a huge impact.
Second caution of the day, lap 48.
That thing hit head on.
Did you see it go up in the air, DW?
It reminded me of when Denny Hamlin wrecked down here off turn 4 a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I see him moving around inside there.
Coming.
Oh, yeah, you can see right there. Left rear tire goes out, and he's lost control at this moment. He's trying to keep it going straight.
Yep.
Hits the outside wall.
This is the one that's going to hurt.
Just
watch this thing come down through here. Head on into that inside wall.
Just nothing he can do at this point.
Just hang on. And
straight into the safer barrier.
Watch that safer barrier. Watch that thing flex and shoot that car back out.
Now you're talking about a 3,400-pound piece of machinery lifted all 4 wheels up in the ground and spins it around like a top.
Probably running about 140, maybe 50 miles an hour, even
in the scrub,
at that point, trying to scrub off speed.
As it scrubs off speed.
10 to go. They come into the restart zone. Kyle Larson, the outside. Carl Edwards on the inside. Green flag back in the air. They're blocking. Good go down low. Carl Edwards into the wall. He got tagged by the 22. Big hits by the 19. And the caution comes back out again.
That is exactly what we saw Joey Logano was going to try to do. Big fire of the 78. But that is what we thought was going to happen. Obviously, the wreck isn't what we thought. Martin Truex Jr. needs to get out of this race car.
Very aggressive on the restart. The flames rolling out from underneath the hood of the 78. Red flag comes out. Martin Truex Jr. is out of the car. Huge contact for the 19 of Carl Edwards. First it was the inside wall, then he was hit by another car.
A championship's on the line, Rick. The 22 gets a great restart. The 19 blocks. They make contact. Look at the damage on the 19 car. A couple huge impacts.
And we thought that's what was going to happen. The 22 of Joey Logano has been so good on restarts all night. The 22 gets a big run. Carl sees him coming. He goes to block. 22 does not slow up. Stays in the throttle. Big wreck.
And the 22 really ended up getting a lot better out of that situation because it looked as though Brad Keselowski laid completely off of him, the 22's teammate.
Well, he wanted nothing to do with it. He didn't want anything to do with the accident or the championship battle. But you see the 48's blocking the 2 to the bottom.
And listen, if you're a Carl Edwards fan, you're upset at Joey Logano. If you're a Joey Logano fan, you're upset at Carl Edwards. That right there is Joey Logano being aggressive, making a very, very aggressive move, but he got a good restart. Carl Edwards had no choice but to block. If he doesn't turn left, Joey Logano's next to him entering turn 1. He's in the middle of 3 wide. Worst possible scenario for Carl. Carl turns left, trying to block a championship on the line. Joey's there in a big wreck. And I don't blame Carl Edwards.
Not at all.
He had to block. That's what he had to try to do.
Actually, Joey Logano's still out there, but will have a little bit of damage to the car. But those two benefit the most from this because they were able to get through.
What a big impact. To be honest, I've been focused so much on that restart, I didn't realize the degree of that impact.
Kyle Busch and Dylan side trouble. Car hard in the wall. 2 of them. Keselowski to the line. Caution has waved with Keselowski the leader, and crashing are Harvick, Allmendinger, Stenhouse, Truex, Labonte, and everybody else.
Good job today, Brad. That was you, man. Managing that.
I don't know how to explain this. I've never seen anything like this ever.
Bumper cars.
I've never seen
200 miles per hour.
I don't know how to explain it.
Upper left is the caution light. This is synced up with the video to establish the moment of caution into the tri-oval. contact between Truex and Allmendinger, and then Cole Witt turns Kevin Harvick up and into the wall, and Stenhouse and Allmendinger. Witt back straight away. A big hit, and Jimmy Johnson goes spinning.
Upside down. Busher. Oh, man.
Chris Buescher on his lid and lands back on his wheels. Caution.
Oh, man, we saw 4 wide off the corner over there. I was afraid of this.
Great camera work capturing this. Look at rookie Chris Buescher's wild ride down the backstretch.
It's been a while since we've seen one do this. We've seen it plenty of times here in Talladega in the past.
One thing I've noticed, I don't see a roof flap. Didn't come open yet.
The 35 Gilliland above the 3. Now McMurray in the 1, the red car, comes up, just brushes Austin Dillon.
Turns him into the 35.
And Dillon gets into Gilliland. Joey Logano turned the 48. And Buescher goes for a big tumble.
I didn't think that thing was going to stop rolling there for a second, DW. Whoa, there's...
and around she goes into Kenseth.
Oh, gosh.
Up in the air and into the wall hard.
Man, Kenseth.
Man, I thought he was going to catch the catch fence back there. The way it landed was...
I am not believing that.
He's fine, boy. He got the window net down right away out of frustration. The 4 car, Harvick.
Danica climbs out. Radio cord gets disconnected. Right behind the red 21. There's the 3 of them. Whoosh.
You realize how powerful the wind is in that situation. To be able to take a car of this weight, what's 3,400 pounds around approximately, and just pick it up in the air like it's a piece of paper.
There's McDowell into the 43 of Eric Almirola.
Look at that
and
thing.
Up goes Kenseth.
It's like a feather.